Startup survival. Are you going cuckoo, man? Why are you wearing winter clothes inside the house? Well, I'm going to tell you why. I have been issued a survival challenge by a good friend of mine. I got a text message about an hour ago, and it is to sleep tonight with the heat off. And I think it's a fun idea, honestly, because we're so dependent on the grid, on heat, electricity, all that good stuff. Obviously the power is still on, the heat's still on because it's only 7 o'clock. So about an hour from now I'm going to shut off the heat and I'm not going to turn it back on for 12 hours. Right now in Vancouver it is -3 degrees outside Celsius, and I'm looking at my thermometer here, and I don't know what that is in Fahrenheit, but looks like 30 something anyways. 30, no, but it's 20s, I don't know, high 20s. So it's cold for Vancouver, and keep in mind this is Pacific Northwest, and never normally gets that cold, but it is right now. Inside my apartment right now, it is around 65 degrees. And I don't know if you can see this with the zoom and everything, but yeah, it's around 65. So it's going to get a lot colder in here, obviously, tonight. So what am I doing to counteract that? Number one, obviously I'm going to be in bed with my sleeping bag. I got a down sleeping bag that's rated to about +5, and I don't know what that is in Fahrenheit. Sorry, these conversions suck, but rated for like the low 40s, I guess, something like that. That's actually what I use as a blanket every night. But I'm also going to wear my down vest. This is a North Face, I don't know what it's called, something down vest. I got this season, and it's really pretty cool because your arms are free, but your torso, your core is nice and warm. Underneath that I got a fleece. This is a Mountain Equipment Co-op fleece. It's a company we have in Canada that's very similar to REI, and in fact I think they stole the idea from REI. This is a really cool hoodie actually because it has, a hood on it, of course, which hoodies tend to do. Underneath that I've got sort of like a synthetic long underwear kind of thing, and underneath that I just have a t-shirt. On the bottom I have some like Adidas pants, and underneath that long johns. So gonna stay like with my hat on. This is like a wool hat, by the way. I got this in Toronto when I used to live there. And what I really like is the ear flaps, because your ears get so cold if you just have like a regular toque on. And yeah, I know it's a Canadian thing to call it a toque, but that's what we call it. Anyways, this hat is awesome. It's soft inside. It's got like some sort of felt or something like that. But on the outside, it's got a cool design, and it's wool. So it's like uber warm. Like my head is getting like really hot right now, actually. So I'm just gonna take that sucker off. But yeah, it's kind of interesting actually, this experiment, and I haven't done it yet, so I can't really comment on how it went. I'll make another video in the morning to tell you guys how it went. But I actually got out my Cody Lundin book, When All Hell Breaks Loose. You know, the stuff you need to survive when disaster strikes. And Cody's got a section on shelter, and he talks about sort of like hot and cold. You know, and I mean, you can put like heaters inside and all that good stuff, but like then you got to worry about carbon monoxide poisoning. But he's got all sorts of like really cool pictures in here about like what happens with the cold air. It's like you should try to like cover the windows, you know, all that kind of stuff. But yeah, I mean, one of the cool ideas in here actually is making like a microclimate in your house. So trying to heat the whole thing is problematic, obviously. But what I actually could do if I wanted to is actually set up my tent in the middle of the apartment, which is kind of crazy, but that area will provide like a heat barrier for my body heat, obviously. And I mean, I could set up my sleeping bag and stuff like that in there and keep pretty warm, I think. But something actually I want to show you guys, and sorry I don't have it ready, I'll grab it right now, is the hot water bottle. I love hot water bottles. Somebody years ago told me the idea of just like putting your feet on it, like on a cold day, you know, like, and I got double socks on, by the way. But if you take this guy to bed with you and just like, you know, kind of cuddle with it or whatever, especially underneath a sleeping bag that's gonna like retain that heat source, it really makes a huge difference. I've done this when I've been camping before. I just boiled the water like on the fire, and I put it in here, and this will stay warm for probably like 2 or 3 hours at least. So you'll be like nice and toasty underneath the sleeping bag. So that's another idea for cold water stuff, or sorry, cold weather stuff. But yeah, I think it's a cool exercise. So I will fill you in the morning on how it went, but 12-hour survival challenge, off and running. Wish me luck.